You know that there are two people that narcissists absolutely cannot stand. And the reason might surprise you. And I want to know if you think that you're one of them. I'm going to tell you by the end of this video. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly who they are, why narcissists avoid them, and how you can use this knowledge to your benefit so that you can protect yourself and take back your power. Hi, I'm Rebecca Zung. I am an attorney. I'm also a narcissist negotiation expert and the best-selling author of the book Slay the Bully. And I'm here to empower you. And that's what this channel is all about, giving you real strategies, resources, tips, tricks, everything that you need to shift that dynamic of power and really break free and be who you were meant to be in this world. And if that sounds good to you, go ahead and hit subscribe and hit that bell so that next time you're going to know exactly when those new videos drop. I'm going to be revealing the two types of people that narcissists can't stand. And if you haven't gotten my free Disarm the Narc phrases, you should definitely go ahead and do that now at disarmthenarc.com. But narcissists, I want you to know, are, of course, all about control, manipulation, validation. They want to have their ego stroked at all times. Adulation is their love language, okay? So they thrive on admiration and they really depend on it. They need it. It's sort of like a drug addict who craves their drug. So they have this carefully constructed false image. They have this false self, and then they have their true self, which is the scared little person that's deep down inside of them. So there's two types of people that completely disrupt their world and make them feel powerless, put them in a state of kind of panic, fear, like where they're feeling like this false self that they've got created is potentially at risk. So the first type of person is people who see through them. Once narcissists know that you know and know that you're onto them, that's when the jig is up. Narcissists are wearing this mask and they present themselves as charming and successful, confident, they know all the answers, but underneath that mask lies a deep insecurity and a fear of being exposed. So when someone can see through that facade, it totally terrifies them. So let's break this down. Imagine that you have a colleague who's constantly bragging about their accomplishments. They tell stories about their incredible connections and how they single-handedly close a huge deal. But then you notice that the details, they're just not adding up. Maybe you overhear a conversation with a coworker and they mention what actually happened, or maybe you saw an email, or maybe you saw the actual deal, who knows, but you realize maybe that there's issues with their timeline, with the details that they're giving, with the amounts that they're giving. And when this happens, if you casually bring it up, the narcissist might try to laugh it off, or shift the blame. Oh, you're not seeing the details correctly. You don't know everything that's happened. Oh, you're just taking something out of context. Whatever, they're going to lash out for sure. And they're going to say, you're the one who's crazy. You're the one who's lying, whatever it is. But it's because they know that you're cracking the code. They know they're on to them. If they see that you're no longer buying into this carefully crafted image, that's going to be a threat to their entire sense of self. Now, if you know this is true, put right on in the comments right now. Think about somebody you know who constantly is exaggerating. Maybe it's about their generosity, like they brag about what they do to help others, but they refuse to let anyone know the specifics of it, or they only tell part of the story. You know, maybe they say, oh, I gave all this money, but they didn't give that much, or whatever it is. And if you ask them, you know, where did you donate this to? You know, where can we find anybody who was like cheering you on about it? Maybe it was listed in some kind of a program or on a building or whatever it is. Then they scramble for answers because they know that their image is built on lies.
Narcissists have a confession to make, and that is that they are way more afraid of you than you are of them, especially in court cases, mediation cases, or any kind of cases where you have to negotiate with them. But you know what? I have a confession to make too. I'm sick and tired of these people bullying you and making you feel exhausted and paying way too much in attorney's fees and dragging you through the mud. My name is Rebecca Zung, and I'm an attorney. I've been recognized by U.S. News as one of the best lawyers in America. And in fact, I was so sick and tired of these people bullying you that I started studying narcissism so that I could beat them in the courtroom. And now I'm here to make the case so that you can win too. I developed a 4-part proven blueprint that has helped tens of thousands of people take back their freedom, win, and get back their power. And now I'm sharing it with you in a special live event, Outsmart the Narcissist, the 4-part proven plan to take back your power. 4 simple steps, 1 free live event, 1 free hour of your life. That's what stands between you being in hell and you being free. Join me, click the link for Outsmart the Narcissist, the 4-step proven plan to take back your power. Just click the link and let's go.
So why do narcissists hate this so much? Because their entire existence depends on fooling others. If people start seeing through the cracks in their mask, it threatens their ability to control and manipulate. So if you guys need additional support, go ahead to my Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. It's totally free, and there's so many people supporting each other right there. So the second person that the narcissist cannot stand is the person who refuses to be controlled. They really can't tolerate someone who refuses to give them power. Narcissists rely on controlling others to feel important. So when someone sets boundaries or simply doesn't engage with their manipulations, it drives the narcissist crazy. So let me give you a personal example. I once worked with a client who was co-parenting with a narcissistic ex-spouse. The person was constantly trying to bait them into arguments over trivial matters like which brand of diapers to use or what time the kids should go to bed. And instead of taking the bait, my client stuck to the facts. They would calmly respond with something like, our parenting plan says bedtime is 8 a.m. That's it. That's the end of the conversation. The result, the narcissist became enraged because they were losing the ability to provoke a reaction. So, but remember that they're always the worst right before they're ready to give up. So don't be intimidated when they start to get more and more upset. That means that you're actually getting somewhere. They want emotional responses. So when you don't give that to them, you strip them of control. So here's another example. Think about someone in a toxic work environment. A narcissistic boss might use fear and intimidation to control their employees. But what happens when one employee decides, I'm setting boundaries over here. I'm not going to allow you to treat me this way. Maybe one might say, I'm happy to stay late at some point. I need to plan it in advance. Or I want to have time where I'm being made up for that. Like I want to take off certain days or whatever it is. And this assertiveness disrupts the narcissist's control and leaves them feeling powerless. And then they get more and more upset and more angry. And this is where you come in, the real version of you. You cannot be this type of person that goes, you know what, I'll just do whatever. And maybe they'll see my value then. Maybe if I just work harder, if I just do more, they're going to appreciate me. They're going to acknowledge me, because they don't, right? So when you start to act like this, when you start to say, you know what, I'm not going to be controlled anymore. That's you no longer engaging in drama and you reclaiming your power. Because remember, if there's somebody to push back on, then they have something to push. But if you're not pushing back, then there's nothing there to push against. So understanding these two types of people is more than just, oh, that's interesting to know, right? It's actually you being in transformation. It gives you the roadmap to becoming the type of person that a narcissist can't manipulate or control. And that's going to be so much of a source of empowerment for you. You start to feel joy, passion, energy, all the things that are your birthright to have, right? And that's why I created my free phrases for disarming narcissists, because it's the exact words that you can use to stop a narcissist in your tracks. So you can go to disarmthenarc.com to get that. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so glad that you're here, because this means that you are really starting to educate yourself and know what it is that you have to do to turn things around. When I first launched my store at shop.rebeccazung.com, I needed a simple way to manage online and in-store sales. Shopify Point of Sale made it seamless. Shopify POS connects everything online and in-store into one system. Customers shop how they want, and my team always has the tools to get the sale done. It's proven to work. Shopify POS users see a 22% better total cost of ownership and an 8.9% sales boost on average. Want more? Check out shopify.com/negotiate, all lowercase, shopify.com/negotiate. The next video that I want you to watch is Authentic People Terrified Narcissists, and here's why. So go check that video out next. Remember that today is a great day to start negotiating your best life. If you haven't subscribed now, go ahead and do that now. Subscribe, hit that bell, like it, share it. I will see you in that next video. We're going to continue this support journey together.